So this is the Localist administrative dashboard, and this shows you, it gives you a general overview of content on the system and also any user or admin activity related to that content. So just to give you an overview of exploring the admin side of Localist in general, up at the top here you will see drop-down menus for different aspects of the platform. So the main Localist drop-down shows you links to the live site. So if you wanted to quickly jump to your live public homepage for your events calendar, you can do that here. As you see, since we're using Columbia College Chicago as an example, it takes you right to the live site. If you were on a different page and you wanted to quickly jump back to the admin dashboard, you can simply mouse over Localist and click Admin Dashboard. The Events menu allows you to manipulate all aspects of events in Localist. Similarly, with place profiles, you can modify and list any places that are associated with your platform here. With users, any users on your platform, if you wanted to modify any information associated with that user or potentially assign them as an administrator themselves, you can do that here. With groups, this is related primarily for student groups, but it also has some additional applications with nonprofits, tourism boards, media companies, etc. And then the content dropdown is where you go to take all the content, the events, the places, the users, and organize that presentation in a way that is the most contextually appropriate for your audience. So as I'll touch on in another video, if you have a certain taxonomy that you would like to change, you can do that in filters. If you wanted to change the homepage listings of events and event groups, you can do that from here. So going back to the main dashboard here, you can see this top section is giving you an overview of the counts of content in the system. So we can just see at a glance, we have 261 future events in the system, and we have 33 places in the system. So it's a great way just to get a sense of how much content you have in the system and if there are any areas that are lacking, or if you just wanted to quickly jump to a listing of all the future events, you can click that number right there. So just below that on the left side, we have search boxes, and these are for if you wanted to quickly jump to an event or jump to a place, you can type in the beginning of an event name or the beginning of a place name and quickly be taken to the results and then pick the event that you were looking for instead of listing all the live events and needing to page through and find it that way. On the right side, we have the reports section. Just to quickly touch on this, user activity is going to show you all the comments that any users have added to events and places and groups as well. So up here you can see the type is comments. If I wanted to instead see all the latest reviews, I can change that drop down and it gives you that list. So this is a great way if you wanted to moderate information, if you wanted to moderate comments or reviews being submitted by users, you can see all of those right from a central location. Similar to that is the admin activity section. Admin activity shows you all any changes that have been applied to any content on the system. So for example, if an event has been posted by somebody and then the details of the event change on the system and you're not sure who changed them exactly, you can go into the audit trail here, the admin activity log, and find exactly who changed that event. So we can see here for technology for the early years event, we can see Jacob created the event, and then shortly after that he updated it. So maybe he made a little change and wanted to change the description. he can do that. You can track that right from this audit trail. And you can also check to see if an event is added as a featured event. You can list the activity that only shows that instead of needing to filter through the huge audit trail to see who's been featuring events. So here's that result here. We can see events being featured and unfeatured. If your platform is plugged into Google Analytics, we also include a link in the dashboard. It simply takes you to Google Analytics, and once you've logged in, you can see the traffic reports there. And lastly, we have this Localist news box. This is a news feed from our blog. Very often we post some great tips and tricks, as well as new features that are being added to the platform, which you can take advantage of. So we had a lot of interest from folks to get this information, and we found the best way to just make sure everyone's aware of it is by putting a little box in the admin dashboard.